La for, hit for none. All the time. Hate for none. For Islam stand for peace.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Beloved viewers of MTA, you're welcome to another interesting episode of Inspirational Africans. On this show, we bring to you individuals who have excelled in their chosen career path. And for today's episode of Inspirational Africans, let us meet our guests.
Our featured guest on this episode of Inspirational Africans is Dr. Aliu Akorede Rufai. Dr. Aliu is an accomplished economist and academic with a strong background in applied econometrics, international economics, and development economics. He currently serves as a research fellow at the Center for Econometrics and Applied Research, CEAR, in Ibadan, a lecturer 1 at Dominican University, Ibadan, and a visiting lecturer at Babcock University, Ilishan, Remo, Ogun State, Nigeria. Dr. Rufai holds a Bachelor of Science and a PhD in Economics from Babcock University, as well as a Master of Science in Economics from the University of Lagos. His academic and teaching portfolio includes designing and delivering courses in time series econometrics, mathematics for economists, macroeconomics, statistics, and financial econometrics. He is also proficient in educational technology and virtual learning platforms such as Blackboard and Google Classroom. His professional career began at Megavance West Africa Limited, where he rose to the position of Assistant Manager, Salaries and Wages, before transitioning to Quaternion Systems Limited as a research analyst. A dedicated researcher, Dr. Rufai has published in reputable peer-reviewed journals such as Energy Research Letters, International Journal of Housing Markets and Analysis, and the Journal of Economic and Allied Research. His scholarly work covers diverse themes, including climate risk, exchange rates, housing affordability, and financial development. He actively contributes to the academic community as a reviewer for journals including International Journal of Housing Markets and Analysis, Emerald Publishing, Scientific African, Elsevier, Emerging Markets Finance and Trade, Taylor and Francis, Energy Research Letters by the Asia Pacific Applied Economics Association. He also serves as an associate editor for the Canadian Journal of Law and Politics. Dr. Rufai regularly participates in academic forums, seminars, and workshops, having attended and contributed to events organized by institutions such as the World Bank, the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis, Covenant University, and Elsevier Publishing. Beyond academia, Dr. Ali is a committed and long-serving member of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Jama'ah with an impressive record of service across various capacities at both local and circuit levels. He currently serves as the Additional Secretary for Ta'lim al-Quran and Waqf al-Ardi in the Lagos Mainland Circuit, and as a board member and chairman of the Infrastructure Committee at Fazlul Umar Nursery and Primary School, Ojokoro. Since 2014, Dr. Ali has also served as the Imam Salah for Lagos Mainland Circuit, demonstrating unwavering commitment to spiritual leadership. He previously held positions including Ta'lim Secretary for the Pangrove Jamaat and Mokom from 2014 to 2016, General Secretary of the Lishan Jamaat in the year 2011, and Tabligh Secretary of the Ayatollah Jamaat in the year 2007. His journey of service began in youth leadership roles, having served as Nazim Atfal in both Ayatollah in the year 2005 and Ijebu Igbo Mokom in the year 2004. Through all these roles, Dr. Ali has made significant contributions to the educational, infrastructural, and spiritual development of the Jamaat. Stay tuned and be inspired as we sit down with Dr. Ali on this episode of Inspirational Africans.
Love viewers, you're welcome back. Dr. Aliu Akorede Rufai, You're welcome to today's episode of Inspirational Africans. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It's my pleasure to be with you here.
Jazakallah. So, who is Dr. Akorede Rufai?
Wow. Thank you. Aliu Akorede Rufai is a young man born and bred in a hometown, in one of the towns in Ogun State, precisely a town in Ijebu North, local government area of Ogun State, Ijebu to be specific. I'm a man that both parents are from the town.
Oh.
My mom and my dad are from Ojowo and Okiagbo clan of Ijebu, respectively.
Yeah.
I had my first school certificate, first living certificate from Ogun State University Nursery and Primary School, now Olabisi Onabanjo Nursery and Primary School.
Okay.
I had my secondary school at the prestigious Monosi College, Ijebu.
Okay.
I had my first degree
Yeah.
at Babcock University, where I studied economics with
Okay.
BSc Honors. I proceeded then for my master's at University of Lagos.
Okay.
Then I had my PhD in economics from Babcock University.
Okay.
So I am an economist by training, so to say, an economist, a researcher by training, and a servant of humanity by conviction. I am a devoted Ahmadi, though I'm not a born Ahmadi, but Alhamdulillah, the path to the journey to the path
Yeah.
has been rough, has been said by one of the founder of education in Nigeria that may your days be rough. Because a day that is not being rough will never have a good and end smooth. Thank you so much.
May your days be rough, as said by the late Tai Sholari. Well, how and why did you choose your career path?
Wow. Every journey has a beginning
Yeah, definitely.
and has been echoed by one Islamic quote that people look at the problems in the society,
Yeah.
but they don't know that the problem of the society generates from the home. Why, if you see a water that is being muddy, it is not the water that is muddy, but the sand that is being settled underneath. The path chosen is born out of many factors.
Okay.
But one of the greatest factors was a challenge at the beginning. In my first sitting of West African Examination Council exams, all my papers were cleared except economics.
Okay.
And it was astonishing that, why will I sit for it? Then English has been a major problem, especially English and math. But
Okay.
I had all my papers cleared except economics. I said, wow, why? So I saw it as a war that I must look for a way out. Then I had the opportunity of having other degrees, but I told my dad, if not economics, no other course. It was born out of resilience and determination that I must do this. And moreover, because every human life, socio-economic problem relies on economic values and issues. So that is why, that was one of the major factors that create, and moreover, the enthusiasm of, I love calculation. I'm a quantitative man.
Okay.
I love calculation a lot. Okay. So calculation has been one of the major bedrocks of economics. So because of my attraction to figures, I believe accounting is okay, but it doesn't have a challenge. I would have been a political scientist, but I believe I need figures to work. So that was what diverted my thought, attention back to economics. And alhamdulillah, like I say today, I'm proud to be an economist.
Oh, interesting. So, as an economist, what are the key factors that contributed to your career growth and development?
As a Muslim,
Yeah.
the first factor is Allah.
Allah.
Because مَا قَدَرَ اللَّهُ حَقَّ قَدَرِهِ. Whatever Allah has destined definitely will come to pass. So I appreciate the factor of Allah in my life. And most especially my dad, Mr. Kamilu Rufai. He saw the fire in me. He saw the eagerness in me. Despite the challenges faced, but he believes that I have what to be offered I have what it takes to be someone in life. So he didn't get tired despite the challenges faced in my academic pursuit. So he believed I must excel in life. So those two factors, then my resilience and determination that I must excel. Because I always believe in one thing. Excellency doesn't come. It's not a birthright. You work for it. It's like respect. You earn it. So God, my parents, my dad and mom, my late mom, may Almighty Allah repose her soul. And then my self-determination as key factors.
So resilience, self-determination, and
self-confidence.
All inputs with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala
And my
and the
parental
parental
support.
guidance and support has been the key factors that contributed to your career growth and development. So let's move to, in life generally, no matter how you want to talk about it, there are always ups and downs. Ups and downs, we encounter on our daily lives. So at the course of your career path, can you give us at least an example of one moment you had an encounter or challenges that you feel like, I think this thing is coming as a setback for me in my chosen path. Then how were you able to overcome them?
We don't know a good driver from a smooth road. So if you want to know whether you are a good pilot, you don't know when there is no turbulence. You don't know a good sailor from a smooth sea. When the sea is rough, when the road is not good, when there is a turbulence, we know definitely you are a good sailor, a good driver, and a good pilot respectively. There is always, and there will always be challenges.
Yeah.
But what matters in life is the more you fall, the more you must rise. Because if there is no failure in life, we never know there's something called success. I have my own punch of this because it has not been easy, because I don't even believe I have my first degree. There was a 10 years gap for the day I finished my secondary school and the day I had my first degree. More than 10 years.
More than 10 years.
Yes. And it was not that I was sleeping. I was in the system. But Almighty Allah has destined that for that 10 years, I will be kept away from academic success. Not that I was not brilliant, but Almighty Allah built another path for me. So for every challenges, another success is being created. Those 10 years that my academic path to economics has been hindered. Almighty Allah used that 10 years to build my spiritual life. And why? Because that spirituality is now what makes me to be here with you. The 10 years I couldn't achieve my economics degree was the same 10 years Almighty Allah used for me to develop myself both in Islamic training, Islamic knowledge, and spirituality. Though I'm not yet there, but I'm not where I was yesterday. I faced a lot of challenges, especially during my academic careers. But one of the major challenges I had was during my PhD days. I remember very well, I was opportuned through my supervisor, Professor Olalekan Bashir Awolinde. He told me, Korede, you'll be working on this topic. This is the topic, right? But you'll be working on wavelets. I've never heard it before. Why? What kind of methodology is this? He said, yes, you want to do PhD. Go and read it. I spent more than 400,000 naira to even learn, and I couldn't get anything. After about 4 months, he said, Korede, how far with your... I said, sir, I don't understand it. I'm someone, continue, you are in PhD class, you are a doctor, so you should learn. After about a year, no headway, he now called me, he laughed. He said, you see, sometimes not everything you see, you can learn easily. You first need to go to the source. So after learning, now I was writing my thesis. I got to a stage, I want to do analysis. Something happened. I was running a model out of my models for more than 5 months. I couldn't get something out of the code. And it was very rigorous and tedious. Every day, so I couldn't get this. He said, okay, continue working, you get it. So it was, I was in Lagos. I left Lagos. I came to Ibadan. I just went to a hotel in Ibadan, lodge for 2 days. Maybe I could get a way out. I was in the room doing not just to pray, but in the work. For 2 days, I couldn't get a headway. So the one day, I need to call my God. And now, I did a special tahajjud because the only founder of Ahmadiyya, Adra Mirza Ghulam Muhammad Al-Qadani alayhi salatu said that when there is a night with your problem, it's not more a problem, it's solved already. And I remember that Marfuza that day, and I woke up in the night in my home in Lagos, and I prayed to Raqqa. So I don't know what happened. Something I just let me laugh for 10 minutes. Something just woke me up. Go to so remove comma, put dot. Put the comma, put the dot, remove comma. And I did that. Everything worked. In the middle of the night, I just shouted. My siblings are, what? I called my prof in the morning. I said, sir, I got to the day. He said, yes, I know you will get it. No will be you. So sometimes, the solution to our problem is just a comma or a full stop. So irrespective of what we face in life, let's just revert back to Allah. So I read my challenges because whoever fears that we fall will never rise in life. So I fell, but I rose back to my feet.
So, quick, what are those attributes that describes you and your approach to career and leadership development?
First, integrity.
Integrity.
Diligence.
Diligence.
Perseverance.
And perseverance.
Because if integrity is lost in a man, there's nothing left in him. So I don't joke with it. Even up to now, I don't joke with time. But timeliness is part of the integrity I have to work with. And I'm diligent. You must follow protocol. And then perseverance. You must never back up. And it has taken me far. What I believe I couldn't achieve, perseverance opened the door.
Beloved viewers of MTA, if you're just joining us, we have been speaking with Dr. Akorede Aliu Rufai, who is a PhD of economics, and he has said a lot of things about how he has been able to overcome life, especially when we talk about his journey to this level or stardom that he has attained in life. Resilience, diligence, and integrity are these three key things that he said has worked for him over the years. Dr. Akorede Rufai, let's move a bit away from academics. Let's talk about the religious aspect. How are you able to combine, your religious duties and demands for your career? Because I know it's not always easy as a PhD holder and who is also in the academics. How are you able to, to work simultaneously, combine the religious aspect and that of the education, your career, so to say?
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. I have been opportune to serve under different mentors. Fortunately, majority of them are Muslims. One of my greatest mentors is Professor Abdullah Abdul Rahman, who is currently the Vice Chancellor of Minawet University. One of the things I learned from him, when I was in my undergraduate days, whenever I go to a prof's office, I always see him with his prayer mat left somewhere. So since then, I have a determination. Anywhere I am, even in my car, my prayer mat must be there. Number one. Number two, even my PhD supervisor is a Christian, but I let everybody know I'm a Muslim. Whenever we're at a program, at an event, we travel together, we say, Korede, time for prayer. Because he knows who I am. So the first is that I don't hide myself. Islam is my identity. I don't need to hide myself because I profess that. I have been in a situation that I want to get a job, an academic job, and I was told to remove my BS. I'll be going to church. I told them I can go to church. I can be coming to your service, but removing my BS, I can't. So that's why I shouldn't take the job. So I have my feet in what I believe in. So I can say vividly. And another thing is that if one knows what he or she is doing, I don't think there's any challenge. There is no job in this world that can bar you from serving your God. So, as I've said earlier, Islam, I was not born into a practicing Islamic family. But Alhamdulillah Kathir, Almighty Allah used someone, Yusuf Odesha is the name, in secondary school days, as a guide to direct my thought to Islam. So since then, since my GSS 1, I have never stopped praying up to today. And it was a zoo prayer. Just a zoo prayer. We still in secondary school, we were going home and said, Aliu, Hakim. I said, what did they call him? And I entered the mosque. I observed. I didn't know how to power up. It just taught me. Do like that. And I did it. And I observe my 4 rakah prayer. Fortunately, since that day, I got home. This last week, I observed 4 rakah. For 4 good years, I was having off prayer for 4 rakahs.
Oh.
For 4 good years. Zoo, Asri, Mogri, Isha, everything for 4 rakah. For 4 good years. But until I met Imam Awi Lawal, that is Imam of Ahmadiyya Ijebu then, he starts shaping my thought on how to pray. So it has been part of me, Islam, especially. So concerning merging duty, academic duty with Islam, as I've said, if you know what you are doing, you don't have any challenge. Everything in life, Adinu, Dawla, Islam is your life. So it's part of me. It's part of everyone I'm doing. So there's no excuse that you should not practice Islam. You may have constituency that, okay, maybe you are in a program. But Islam is simple. Even when you're in a program, when you're on a journey, you can still observe your prayer in your car. So there's nothing stopping you to observe or practice your Islam. So in terms of Jomo functions, hey, that might be a factor. But alhamdulillah, life has been easier. A lot of Jomo functions we are doing, we can do it on virtually now. So life has been easier. But I still attend Ichima very well. The DAOs, Jumas, I don't joke with my Jumas. So I believe I can blend my Islamic life and my academic life smoothly.
Okay. So still on the Jamaat program. So I want to ask, how has the Jamaat, program contributed to your personal development and career success? How has it?
A lot. I learned one thing in Ahmadiyya, time.
So in fact, I would even prefer that you give us a story around this aspect of the program and development and career success. Do you have a story that you can share?
In what aspect of that?
I mean, your during your pursuit, your sojourn, being a PhD in economics and academics, as any Jamaat functions, do you have any story to tell us about the Jamaat functions, how it shaped, your sojourn?
One thing we learned, we are built to do as an Ahmadi, is public speaking.
Okay.
Though I have been bold, I have been strong, I have public speaking skill. But one thing that the Jama has also imbibed is never get tired of things. Because in Ahmadiyya, there's one thing that is every weekend is not for fun.
Yeah.
So from Friday, if there is no doubts on Sunday, there will be a meeting on Saturday to Sunday morning, and in the morning of Sunday, you have Kudam, another Jama meeting, circle doubts, all those things. So this level that worked till overnight, till today, I still work till 2 a.m. So I learned that for the Jama. Because when we were in Kudam meeting, we do Kudam meeting overnight. So, and one of my prof, the director of Center for Economic and Applied Research, Professor Hafiz Salisu, is a very strong man. Sometimes he works over. So there was a day he called me around 2 a.m. He just sent a message that do this in the morning. I just said, sir, I will send you back. Say, Mr. I never sleep. I said, sir, no, they sleep like that. If our guy didn't sleep, how will I sleep? So I learned to be a late worker from most of the trainings we developed. And another thing is time. So Ahmadiyya teaches us to be time conscious. That's the first thing I learned in Ahmadiyya. If Ahmadiyya said 8 o'clock, it's 8 o'clock. So see, today I don't mix lectures. If you tell my lecture is 8 o'clock, you see me for it. Even when I was in Lagos, if I have lectures in Ibadan, 8 a.m., I will be in school before 8 o'clock.
Interesting.
All things being equal. So one of the key elements I have integrated from the German to my career path is time and management of resources.
Time and management of resources. Thank you very much, Dr. Akorede. In your submission earlier, you made mention of the fact that you converted into Islam Ahmadiyya. What was the journey like? Can you share your kind of story, your conversion story?
It was a tug of war.
Tug of war. So before that, are you the only Ahmadi in your family?
Alhamdulillah, I am.
Oh, interesting. Please go ahead.
Sincerely, the journey was not smooth, to be candid with you. And a lot of factors contributed to that. My dad is a neutral man. He doesn't believe in any, he has a very neutral life. He knows he's a Muslim, at least that's why I bear Ali. But he was scared of us having Islamic knowledge. due to the attitude of the scholars, Islamic scholars
Okay.
in the society there in Jebu. Some of them are fetish. You can imagine an afar killing snake, what is it called? Lizard.
Oh.
Toad, frogs every time. So it's a kind of archaic attitude. He doesn't like them. So he barred off from doing anything learning Arabic because that is his own thought. Because all these are scholars there, and that is what they do. But as Allah wills, as I've said earlier, it was when I was in GSS1 at Moses College that I was first exposed to praying. But I know I'm a Muslim. So I do attend Islamic studies classes. I was one of the best Islamic studies students in my secondary school. So the Islamic teacher was Aliu Lawal, who was supposedly Imam of Ahmadiyya in Ijebu.
Oh.
So I didn't know. I was just learning. But later, after having being integrated to the Jomo, my mom told me a story before she died. She said when we were staying somewhere, then before my dad had his own apartment, his own house, that we are staying with one Ahmadi missionary was staying with us.
Okay.
That I was very young, maybe was 6 or 5 years old. That our house then served also as mission house for the Jomo. It's close for the mosque.
Okay.
That anytime the missionary is going to mosque in the morning,
Okay.
we always go together.
Okay.
That one day when he was being transferred, the missionary told her that this is your boy. He will be a very strong Ahmadi in the future. He's going to be an Ahmadi in the future.
Wow.
And there's nothing anybody will do.
Wow.
He's not just going to be he's going to be a very formidable force in Ahmadiyya. She was it's not possible. So when I started facing the trials for my dad, she now called me. She now told me the story that I should not be scared though. Someone has told me that you'll be like this. And you know the funniest thing? You know, I was young. Ahmadiyya Mosque was here. Our house was here. But when there was a dispute about the Ahmadiyya Mosque then, as Allah wills, the new land given to Ahmadiyya Jomo in Jebugbo, it is the same place my dad built his own house again.
Oh.
So which means we still move back to the foundation. So I found my journey back to the Jomo, although it was not smooth. Brother Lukman Murtada, may Almighty Allah forgive his soul. Especially one great man endeared me to the Jomo. That is Missionary Nofi Abdul Salam. He's my scholar, he's my teacher. Only any day, any seconds. He's Missionary Nofi Abdul Salam, Muallim Komodin Adebanjo. There are two people that shaped my thought in the Jomo. And unfortunately, there are some people that they were young lads, Hafiz Adeleye, Abdulwasi Adeleye. When I first started learning Arabic, they were the one that was teaching me Alif Ba Ta Sa. But as time takes, I taught them. I was the one that wasn't teaching them Arabic later. Abdulwasi Adeleye, Osman Adeleye, Saeed Adeleye. So all of them, they contributed to my understanding of Islam Ahmadiyya. And then I faced challenges from the scholars in the town. Ahmadiyya, they are not Muslims, they are Kafirs. Now, they say they have their own Quran.
Okay.
So I will not go with Ahmadiyya Quran. I will not give them, read the Quran for me. They say, this is not the one I was talking about. Which one is the Quran you are talking about? They say Ahmadiyya, in Jabu, we call Ahmadiyya Gao, only Gao. That do say, after burying the corpse, you just go. So that's what they call it in Jebubo.
No festival, no ceremony afterwards.
So they say, only Gao ni. Which one is Gao? And now I want to go do this affair. Say, this Ahmadiyya that say Gao, is it Islamic to do all those things you are doing? And I'm a good researcher. And I found out all these things they said Ahmadiyya, it's not like that. So the day I converted to Ahmadiyya, I want to share the story. Mishnah Nafab Salam has been telling me, Dr. Brother Adi, can't sign the bayat. For almost a year, I said, no, I won't sign bayat. That I don't want any one of you to preach Ahmadiyya for me. I want to be an Ahmadi by conviction. Because if you preach Ahmadiyya for me, if I see someone else that know how to preach better than you and preach something against Ahmadiyya, I will leave Ahmadiyya. So the day we signed bayat, it was a Juma day. Okay. So I announced that I want to be an Ahmadi, and the mosque was in the celebration mode. So my joint Ahmadiyya was not so that I just tried to make it brief. But like I said today, I've never regretted it.
Alhamdulillah. I mean, so we are gradually, getting to the end of this episode. But before we go, I would like to still ask some questions, and I want you to be a bit brief about on your answers to these questions. So, first of all, what are your sources of inspiration?
Definitely the Quran.
The Quran.
I'm a student of the Quran.
Okay.
And the Hadith of Prophet Muhammad.
Sallallahu
The
alaihi
book
wasallam.
of the lectures of the Sahabas, the book of Adam Sagula Hamad, especially the word of Azam Sabashuddin Mahmud Ahmad. That has been my major inspiration, apart from the Quran and Hadith. Because a lot of things about him and Azam is not Tawhid Ahmad, then the current Khalifa. Ayadallahu ta'ala bin Nazir al-Aziz.
So that now leads me to the next question. So what is the relationship that you have with the Khilafah of the time?
As an Ahmadi,
Yeah.
we are always linked to the Khilafah, the Khilafah, the Jamaah Ahmadiyya. Soon, I will do my bayat with him. So there is always a spiritual connectivity. Every day, at least 5 times in a day, I must pray for the Khilafah to the Ahmadiyya. So I always listen to his lectures, especially this week with Uzu. Every Friday, or I still saw this week with Uzu for the last week because I was busy during the weekend. So yesterday, I still saw this week with Uzu. So every week I get a recap for his lectures, and I always read. Once in a while, I used to pen to Molkas. So there has been a link because that is our root. And that is our root to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Beloved viewers, gradually we are drawing to the end of this episode of Inspirational Africans. And our guest, as I've said earlier, is still Dr. Akorede Rufai Ali. And this episode has been a tremendous one, as Dr. Akorede Aliu has been, at the forefront of championing the cause of the Islam al-Ahmadiyya since its conviction as an Ahmadi member, and his academic sojourn as well to the time of PhD has been, a source of inspiration to, I'm sure, everyone around him and perhaps those of us who are listening to this program. Just before we go, Dr. Ali, can you give us examples of some places that you've worked? And I would like you to take it alongside with advice to the young ones and their parents.
Yeah, after my first degree, the first official place to work was, I work as a management trainer at Megavons West Africa Limited. And alhamdulillah, I rose to the level of assistant manager in charge of salaries and wages. After that, I was the head of research at Container System. Then I still work as a lecturer because that's my passion. Academia has been my passion. So I was lecturing at Caleb University, the Magodo campus, as a lecturer for almost 3-4 years with my official duty. But when I started my PhD, I left everything for academics. Okay. So currently, I'm a lecturer 1 at Dominica University. I'm also a research fellow at Center for Econometrics and Applied Research, CI in Ibadan. So mashallah, it has not been easy, but alhamdulillah, we are moving. So I've also engaged in some research. I'm a research consultant privately. I consult for people, for research, young researchers. I conduct training. And also, I have been part of the team with my prof to conduct training at WIFM, that is West Africa Institute of Financial and Economic Stuff for all central banks in West Africa. Just recently, West Africa Ministry of Defense and all those areas like that. So on econometrics, I'm an international economist and applied econometrician. So I deal with applied research, applied econometric research. So we have been conducting training on such, especially on econometrics major. So, and then my advice to the young ones, determination. And don't rush. Rome was not built in a day. Everything is a step. And anything you are doing, don't run after money. Build a profile for yourself. If you run after money, you might not get the money on the long run. But if you build a profile for yourself, money will run after you. Jazakallah Hassan Jaza.
Jazakumullahu khairan ahsan jaza. Beloved viewers of MTA, this is how far we can go as far as today's episode of Inspirational Africans is concerned. I would like to say a very big Jazakumullahu khairan to Dr. Aliu Akorede Rufai for honoring our invitation on today's episode of Inspirational Africans. Jazakallah khairan ahsan jaza.
Thanks for coming.
Beloved viewers, in the words of Dr. Akorede Rufai, he urged us to build profile, and we should ensure we build value before running after money. Because when you run after money first, there's every tendency that the journey might be cut short. But when you build profile and build value, we have the tendency that we'll have our value retained, and perhaps money would come at the long run, or perhaps till the kingdom come. I remain your host, Shoyoye Idris. For feedback, comments, or even inquiries, kindly reach us at africa@mta.tv. Till we come your way next time, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
La for, hit ya for them. Alata, la for, hit ya for them. For Islam stand for peace.